Hello there, fourth graders, and welcome to your next math lesson. Please open up your math notebook, turn to the next available page, and at the top of that page, write the title of today's lesson, which is called Numeric Patterns. So if you recall, yesterday's math lesson was called non-numeric patterns, and non-numeric patterns are patterns that don't have numbers in them. Well, numeric patterns are just patterns that do have numbers in them. So here's an example of a numeric pattern: 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and blank, blank, blank. Why did I put 3 blanks there? Because you know if it's a pattern if you can extend it. Like if I said 2, 4, 6, you could say 8, 10, 12, because you see that I'm counting by twos. The reason you can extend a pattern is because a pattern always follows a certain rule, and as soon as you know what that rule is, you can use that rule to extend the pattern. So what you're really looking at here is what's the relationship between all of these numbers. In other words, how do we get from one number to the next? Once we know how we get from 3 to 5 and 5 to 7 and 7 to 9 and 9 to 11, then we can use that same pattern to extend it out. And the way that you get from one number to the next will always be one of the 4 operations. You'll either add something, subtract something, multiply something, or divide something. If the numbers are getting bigger, you know you're either adding or multiplying. If the numbers are getting smaller, you know you're either dividing or subtracting. So we think, what do we have to do to 3 to get to 5? Well, we can't multiply anything. We can't multiply any whole number times 3 to reach 5, but we can add 2 to 3 in order to reach the next number, 5. And what can we do to 5 in order to get to 7? Well, we can add 2. And notice it's the same. And it's also add 2 to get from 7 to 9, and it's also add 2 to get from 9 to 11. Since add 2 works to get from one number to the next in the entire pattern so far, we know that's the rule. The rule is add 2. And so we can use that rule to extend the pattern. 11 plus 2 is 13. 13 plus 2 is 15, and 15 plus 2 is 17. So that's all you're doing in today's lesson. For every question in today's lesson, once you get to the quiz, you will be given a set of numbers, and that set of numbers will be a pattern. Your job will be to find what's the rule in that pattern, and then you use that rule to extend the pattern, or say which numbers come next. Let's do another example. Let's say we have 26, 30, 34, 38, and 42. And we want to extend that pattern. This time we'll only extend it 2 terms. And also term, that's a vocab word too. Every number inside of a pattern is called a term. So we're trying to find the rule here, and we know the rule will either be add something, subtract something, multiply something, or divide something. Since these numbers are going up, we know we're either going to add or multiply. So what would we have to add or multiply by 26 to get to 30? Well, no whole number times 26 equals 30, but 26 plus 4 equals 30. So now we see if that holds true for all the rest of the numbers. If it does, it means we've found the rule for this pattern. 30 plus 4 is 34. 34 plus 4 is 38. And 38 plus 4 is 32. So we just found the rule. The rule is add 4. And so now we can use that rule to extend the pattern. 42 plus 4 is 46, and 46 plus 4 is 50. So we found the rule, and we used the rule to extend the pattern. Sometimes the rules are a little more complicated. So let's do an example of one like that. 3, 6, 12, 15, 21. Blank, blank. Okay, we need to find out what this rule is so that we can extend the pattern. So let's see here. What do we have to do to get from 3 to 6? Well, there's 2 choices. we could do multiply by 2. And then look, 6 times 2 is 12. So it looks like maybe we found the rule because it's worked to get from one number to the next for the first 3 terms. But let's see if it continues. Is 12 times 2 15? No, 12 times 2 is 24. So that one didn't work. Maybe it's still the rule for part of the pattern, but maybe not for the rest, because sometimes a more complex pattern will have a more complicated rule. It might be something like add 30 and then subtract 6, or divide by 2 and then add 14. So it might go back and forth between 2 different operations. Let's see, what if we changed it from multiplication to addition? So 3 plus 3 is 6. And let's see, 6 plus 6 is 12. And what plus 12 equals 15? Well, 12 plus 3 equals 15. And then what plus 15 equals 21? Well, 15 plus 6 equals 21. And hopefully you see that that is a pattern there. Plus 3 plus 6, plus 3 plus 6, plus 3 plus 6. So the rule here is a little bit more complicated. The rule is add 3, then add 6. So we can follow that rule here. Plus 3, 21, plus 3 is 24, and then add 6. 24 plus 6 is 30. So we found the rule, and we used that rule to extend the pattern out to more terms. Hopefully this lesson made sense. Go ahead and do the quiz, which is attached below this video in your math Google Classroom. I will catch you next time. This is Mr. Dauber signing off.